I made a game that makes you question your reality and your brain and your ability to remember where the heck anything was 5 seconds ago. Okay, so the human brain is pretty smart. It can do calculus, write poetry, and somehow convince you that pineapple belongs on pizza. But I wanted to see how smart it really is. So I made a game designed for one thing: gaslighting your short term memory until it begs for mercy. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Spot the Swap, or as I like to call it, I just stared at it for 3 seconds and somehow forgot it all.exe. So here was the idea: take a grid, fill it with colors, show it to the player for 3 seconds, then poof, make it disappear. Bring it back, but with a twist. Two adjacent boxes have swapped places. The player's job? Tap either of those swapped boxes. And if the swapped box is correct, you win the game, or move to the next level. Sounds easy, right? Like one of those spot the difference games your grandma plays on Facebook. But hold up! The colors? Subtly different, borderline identical. The grid grows larger every level. The timer shrinks like your will to live in an exam hall. The game is like a Rubik's Cube that gaslights you. It's Simon Says, but Simon's on caffeine and trying to ruin your day. Alright, so I fired up Unity. Classic. Blank state. Hope in my eyes. Sanity intact. Time to start building. First, the grid. I went with a 5x5 grid because 4x4 is for toddlers and 6x6 is for people with 3 brains, and I have only one. Well, half, but no one knows, so please don't tell anyone. Each square gets a color, randomly chosen from 5, just 5 carefully curated shades of painfully similar. We are talking teal, blue, slightly darker teal, greenish, and is this still teal? Then I added the memory timer, 3 seconds. The grid shows, then it vanishes like my motivation after writing the third for loop. Now the twist? Two adjacent boxes swap. And this is where things broke, like immediately. Bug 1. The swap selected the same tile for both positions, so nothing changed. People would just stare at the grid like, did I forget, or is this game trolling me? Answer? Both. Bug 2. Sometimes the swap was diagonal, which is illegal. That's not adjacent. That's cheating. That's a treasure. So I yelled at my code. Listen here, you little snippet. You obey the rules of orthogonal adjacency or we're going to have a problem. Bug 3. The timer. Oh boy. Instead of counting down like a normal human timer, it decided to blink Morse code and disappear into the void. Turns out I forgot to set the coroutine to wait. Classic. I basically made the grid show up for 1 frame. If you blinked it, you missed it. Bug 4. I forgot to reset the grid after wrong guesses. So if a player failed a round, the next level already had swapped tiles before it even started. The rage was palpable. Bug 5. Color blindness. Apparently, using 5 identical shades of green is not accessible. So I tweaked the palette a little bit. Now it's 5 colors that look different if you squint and tilt your head sideways. Not normally though. Then came the fake outs. Yes, I made levels where nothing changes. If you tap anything, you lose. If you don't tap, you pass. It's like the scene in every spy movie where you think you are being watched, but maybe you are not, but maybe you are. Your brain becomes your worst enemy. Then came the animations. I added juicy tile transitions, little bouncy scales when you tap, some particles, the whole 9 yards, which broke pretty much everything. Apparently Unity doesn't like when you animate while updating transforms mid-frame, so half the time the grid danced itself into the ceiling. But after gallons of coffee and a full-on existential crisis later, it worked. Like it actually worked. Like it ran, smooth, responsive, no crashing. And I cried, tears of joy, and maybe blood. Maybe I should go to the doctor. So now the game is live. Level 1. A sweet little 5x5 grid, 5 colors, 2 tiles swap, and I hope these were the tiles which were swapped. Yay! So I'm not that bad at my game as I thought I would be. Level 2. Okay, this is still 5 by 5 grid, which is supposed to happen. It's not a bug, it's a feature. So 3 levels would remain at the same difficulty. But your timer will always decrease. So yeah, every level turns your confidence into confusion. Every round feels like a lie. It's like playing poker with your own short-term memory and losing every hand. And people love it. Well, love to hate it. So if you think you have got a strong memory, if you think you can handle the pressure, if you trust your own brain, then try Spot the Swap. Link is in the description. And also if you love the video, if you even like the video, do not forget to like and subscribe the channel. That would mean a lot.